The Pivot Shuttle AM. This is the brand new version of one of the most popular e-bikes that Pivot have ever made. This thing is a dramatic shift from the original version. You can tell the down tube has shrunk a lot. That first, obviously the first part has massive. There's also a lot of other features that kind of tweaked and changed. And essentially this bike is an electrified version of the brand's Switchblade trail bike. Talking of popular, that's definitely one of the most popular bikes Pivot ever made. And they really wanted to make sure that this latest version of the Shuttle AM mirrored that bike as much as possible. Now, Scotty, tell us about some of those kind of key details they wanted to make sure transition across from the acoustic version to this, the all-new e-bike.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is their trail bike version of their e-bike. So it's probably on the beefier side of things with, 160mm fork, 148mm in the rear. However, after riding this bike now for a little bit, yeah, definitely I know what they've done with this bike, and they've definitely hit the mark, because it definitely feels like a very light, nimble sort of trail style e-bike, but still with plenty of travel. Exactly.
Now, that's a really good point you just touched on. Obviously, we've just reviewed the Shuttle SL, yep. Super light. This is the AM, but yet it is surprisingly still quite light. It is full fat though, right? There's a lot of power on this bike, big battery.
Yeah, new Bosch motor. That new Bosch motor is sick. Like, as anyone knows at home, the crew at Revo are super big fans of the Bosch motor. This isn't the Bosch race. This is the stocker Bosch motor. However, it's super good. It comes with 4 power settings as well. And it comes with the standard walk function. Comes with like a decent sized battery, so it's a 720 watt battery, so it's not super big, not super small. So if you want to go out and do some short sessions, some long sessions, you can pretty much do it all on this bike, which is exactly what it's designed for. And that new application for the Bosch motor as well, like, so you can adjust all your settings on your phone on the app as well, which we were checking out the other day, which is super cool.
That's Mickey Mouse. Now, just on the battery as well, we were chatting to Pivot over in the States, and they actually mentioned to us that they're working on an auxiliary aftermarket battery for this, which should be available sometime maybe early next year. It's going to have another sort of 200 watt hours. That's what we're expecting, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Now, on the Bosch Performance CX line, this is the latest version of their smart system.
Yep.
Scott's been loving it. I remember he sent me a text after his first ride. He was over the moon with this thing. Now, the phone app. Now, connectivity with e-bikes is a big thing. We know that that's a real selling point. And obviously a lot of manufacturers, like let's say Bosch, have an app. They just tell you, yeah, cool, download the app. These guys, Pivot, have taken it one step further, and they actually teamed up with Bosch and developed a unique version of an app from the basically ground up, fully exclusive just to Pivot, and it's got a bunch of features that we haven't seen in a lot of these other connectivity kind of apps. It lets you adjust the powers and all that. Of course, it records all the rides you've had, so you can go back with like real time data. So yeah, really smart bit of kit, as you'd expect from the German giants at Bosch. Definitely a whole level above, really pushing the bar of e-bike development. So Scotty, you mentioned before you're going to have this bike for a little bit longer. You've really only had a couple of rides. Tell us a bit about first impressions. What's the personality of this thing like out on the trail, down, up, and across the hill?
Yeah, well, obviously for all you viewers at home, the bike looks amazing. Full carbon frame, full carbon rear end, a 160mm 36 Fox fork, and a factory Float X rear shock in the back as well. It actually comes with a transfer dropper. However, we've swapped that out because we had just a slight issue with that dropper. No dramas, but we just had a slight issue with that. So it actually comes with a Fox transfer dropper, which is awesome as well. But the attention to detail with this bike, flip chip in the back, DT wheels as well, so super robust aluminium wheels, all the little frame protections on the bike as well. So, they've really paid a lot of attention to detail with the durability of this bike, what it's designed for, and all the little key features, and that transfers into a pretty good riding experience as well. So, as I just said before, it's very nimble, very light for a full powered e-bike, corners really well, climbs amazing. Obviously, all the e-bikes climb pretty well on the trail, but I think they've really hit the mark. They've got all the angles right, they've got the reach right, stack height right, wheelbase. I think they've, rear ends right. The bike is really nimble. It's a proper trail bike in an e-bike, if that makes sense.
Sure does. Well, it sounds like Pivot done a pretty damn good job straight out of the gate with this all new Shuttle AM. We mentioned before, Scotty's got a bunch more rides planned on this thing. We're only just getting started, just scratching the surface on this review. So stay tuned to our channel. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you like our content, and anticipate an in-depth review of this bike coming in the near future. Cheers, Scotty.
Cheers, mate.